What a world.
Yeah.
What a world.
So there are other movies that came out this month. Believe it or not. Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Oh.
Talk about a movie that has several different edits.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy, have you seen this?
I don't several different edits. I don't know.
Okay. Well, there's one edit where they try to give a backstory to the Highlanders, which you don't need. You just need to know they're immortal. And once they kill each other, they absorb each other's powers, like Wendigo kind of.
Yeah.
In this, there's a whole flashback sequence to Geist they're from an alien planet.
Yeah. No.
Which this version, the theatrical version that was released, there's a Renegade cut that came out years later, which is the director's cut, which cuts out all of that. But it doesn't cut out all the bad stuff. So the movie's still bad, but not as bad. Because they go into way too much exposition as to who the Highlanders are, like stuff you don't want to know. They're totally demythologizing the whole franchise. So you have one great movie, and then everything else after that is garbage.
I mean, there's a TV series.
I've never seen it.
That's all I've ever watched.
From what I remember, it's very hazy because I watched it as a very young child.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, no. From what I remember, it was all right. I enjoyed trying to watch it as a kid.
It was always on at the same time as stuff like Hercules and Xena.
It was like a USA Network show, I think.
Yeah, so maybe we would flip around, but it reminded me of the quality of those. Fine, good actors, but really nothing to write home about. Like every episode was kind of contained. So Creature of the Week or Highlander of the Week or whatever.
It was one of his ancestors, one of the McLeods, I think.
Yeah. It was fun. The guy who played Highlander in that was good. I like
Adrian.
Yeah.
I forget his last name.
Yeah.
Well, they eventually because of the TV series, they tie that character into the movies. So like you see him with Duncan McLeod.
Yeah.
Right? Duncan McLeod?
Duncan McLeod, you're right. Yeah.
So like the original Highlander and then
he's in the original Highlander Endgame. I always remember Highlander had the Endgame moniker first.
Sorry, Avengers.
Yeah. Cape Fear came out, the remake, which is it's good for about 2/3 and it gets real campy towards the end.
I didn't mind that.
You didn't mind that? You like that?
Yeah, I like the movie. It's pretty
No,
good.
the movie's fun. It gets real tongue-in-cheek towards the end. A little melodramatic.
I didn't realize who's the girl in it? It's
Juliette Lewis. She got nominated for an Oscar for that.
Right. I didn't realize. And then there's this incredible scene where in the basement of their high school where the theater is, which is a weird
That's the best scene.
Theater, Robert De Niro kind of stalks her. And I've never seen the original, but he's playing around with like sentiments. How did this adult get into the high school basement? She clearly is okay with what's going on, but it just real uncomfortable.
It's like a Lolita-esque scene.
Yeah, clearly set up her Oscar though.
Right. I think that was probably the clip that they used. I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe set up his Oscar nomination too.
Yeah. Kafka, which is a biopic by Steven Soderbergh. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see it. It's one of those early Soderbergh movies like King of the Hill that I've always wanted to see.
Yeah.
But it's black and white. And I think it's Jeremy Irons is in the lead role.
I believe so, yeah. Coming off a reversal of fortune.
Yeah. So I'd be really interested in seeing this one day.
Yeah. It's about Kafka, the author.
The writer. Yeah, Franz Kafka. Yeah. The original Addams Family, the Barry Levinson movie.
Hey.
A beloved classic, I think, nowadays, right?
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I wanted to watch it for Halloween this year. Not on anything. It was on
really?
last year. Never got around to watching last year. So on November 1st, they put Addams Family Values on something, but not the first one.
See, I like Values a smidge better.
I've heard a lot of people like that more.
Yeah.
I kind of
the first one's good.
I kind of want to see the first one first.
No, of course.
So.
The casting is impeccable.
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia is fantastic.
Yeah.
The definitive Gomez Addams right behind John Astin.
And
yeah.
Angelica Houston. Perfect casting too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Christina Ricci was born to play
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. Since I've never seen it, I don't have the names in my head.
American Tail 2, Five Goes West.
Hey,
I
love that.
You mean just Five Goes West? Until I reach the age of 10 and find out there's a
there's
prequel.
the first one. Did you see this first too?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Five Goes
Same
West.
here.
I've seen this one way more than the original.
Yeah.
Full confession, I've never seen the first American Tail.
It's
Yeah.
it's okay. It's an immigrant story, but I think this one's better. Maybe because I like westerns better.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Rare sequel that actually
It's
worked.
John Candy is the sidekick, right? The cat.
Mhm. Yeah, another thing for us to love about.
Oh
John
yeah,
Candy.
yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up on John Candy.
He's basically
John Candy playing animated sidekicks.
Yeah.
He's like a cat version of Barf.
Makes sense.
Beauty and the Beast, the Disney animated film.
Oh, shnikes.
What's that?
What's that?
Nominated for Best Picture, first animated film to do so.
I think this is one of those movies.
They did some really crazy stuff.
Innovative techniques.
Yeah, combining CGI with traditional animation.
How dare
Oh
they?
my!
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess since
Well,
people didn't see
they did it
Rescuers
like
Down Under, this was the
yeah,
one that
because it's been done before. It's just it was.
Welcome to the future. Yeah, it had been done before, but not with Disney money. So
Well, no, Rescuer Down Under had a few shots.
Yeah, they did first,
Oh, yeah.
and no one credits them.
yeah.
It's like, it's that sequel to the boring mouse
Yeah.
movies.
Well, there's no Disney princess that came out of Rescuers Down Under.
Right, Bianca.
Right?
Yeah, come on.
The one thing that I remember about this was that I was frightened to death of the wolves in the beginning. So I hid in my dad's armpit, trying to not hear the wolves coming down the lane.
Beef scared me when I was a kid.
It scared the death out of me. I still have nightmares about shadow wolves because they're coming out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had that. I just get good old fashioned sleep paralysis.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I had.
Full blown demons on my chest going.
That was like a movie that we will be covering next year.
I'm wondering if I actually saw Billy Bathgate as a 4-year-old, because I used to have this kind of sleep paralysis nightmare as a child where I'm sitting in our den, which kind of faced the front window of the house, and I would be stuck on the couch and I would see a car pull up and wolves dressed in gangster clothing would get out and come through the door. My dad's shaking me what's wrong? What's wrong? And I can't tell him that there are gangster wolves.
I don't think that's a Billy Bathgate thing.
See, no, my sleep
Sounds like
paralysis,
American Werewolf in London.
my sleep paralysis dream was I can't move, but Steve.
American Werewolf.
I can't move, and I'm tied to a chair, and Steve Buscemi's offering me coffee.
I can't give you a cigarette.
Right.
Hearts of Darkness, the documentary about the making of Apocalypse Now came out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why it came out this late.
Because they finally compiled stuff. Wasn't it his wife that was making it?
Yes.
So I think they decided now they finally had, everyone had kind of written it off. Kind of became a cult classic because it was infamously troublesome. And so
Right.
there were all these rumors about what had happened on set. Martin Sheen almost dying of dehydration.
Oh yeah.
And,
Marlon Brando being
They were
told
in
to
the
lose
jungle.
weight and then showing up fatter than ever.
Right. So all these rumors, finally, they were like, well, we have all this footage. Let's just show what actually happened.
Right.
And back then, documentaries about films weren't really de rigueur. So they finally decided to, this is one of the first ones that shows the behind the scenes of making a
Yeah, 'cause,
movie, even at all.
Back then, before that, there would be if it was oh wait, no. I guess in the 90s, mid 90s, you start seeing more and more making of before a
Right.
movie would come out. But
This is when the DVD starts getting
Yeah.
made, at late 90s.
Yeah.
So this would have been a feature
I would say, on HBO or Fox or
Right.
some random things tonight on whatever, pick your channel.
Yeah, people started
they
getting
were
interested.
There'll be a sneak preview or a making of, and they would show all the special effects and this is going to be in the movie. Check it out. It's going to be awesome. It's going to look so cool when you see it.
Yeah, I guess what would happen is when you go to the movies before the 80s, you'd still have A picture and a B picture. And sometimes you'd have newsreels back as late as the 40s and 50s. And so maybe these making of things were shorts that would happen. So you'd see like Disney animators at work.
Yeah,
back
no,
in the
like
30s.
I do.
So that
remember
would
seeing
be a
clips
part of
those,
that.
Yeah.
So then there was nowhere to put this kind of thing. So then that's where
no.
Hearts of Darkness comes
Yeah,
from.
no-
The desire to see something like this.
No
still.
full blown like documentary,
Right.
like well after the fact. Like usually, like the making ofs are like promotional, like it's,
Right,
it's
like
designed
this.
to get you energized to see the movie.
Yeah. I hear it's good. Have you ever
I was
seen?
gonna say I've never seen it.
Okay. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
I do
Well,
want
I
to see
guess
it.
we'll have to
I want
see.
to see it.
Yeah.
And then the movie that traumatized the whole childhood, Scared of Bees, My Girl.
Mm.
The
You're
film
right.
that killed Macaulay Culkin. I actually liked this movie quite a bit when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know how it would hold up. That was
My
devastating.
God, he
Macaulay
does
Culkin
have a
death.
heart.
Very sure.
It's there. It's tiny, but it's there.
There you, sir.
That's what she said.
It's only for bespectacled blonde kids.
But do you guys remember seeing this movie at
Never
all?
seen it.
I've never seen it.
Not
but
all
I
of it.
know everything happened.
I remember seeing little bits of it and just like, okay, I'm done.
And then it was ruined for me as a kid, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to see the.
Oh, so you knew about what
Do you-
happened with Macaulay
Yeah.
Culkin then?
I had never seen it, but it was ruined for me in adulthood with memes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yes, that's true. Yeah, they made a sequel. This is years later. It's like, where are they gonna kill Austin O'Brien?
Yeah.
Find out what she's allergic to.
Yeah,
Peanut butter. Oh
he goes
no.
into anaphylactic shock after he eats a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh well.
Mm.
And now.
But now it's time for Poster Boy.
All right, so let me share my screen. Here you go.
Hey,
See if this.
He did a good job of cropping that.
Oh, thank you. I had to do this twice.
Yeah.
No. The first one was even better. I am a little sad because I can see the mess ups here, but
you like how you
And like the skyline looks good.
how we're easily able to share that screen? 'Cause I
yeah,
remembered as soon as I logged on.
nice. So why don't you describe the poster for our listeners?
All right, welcome to Poster Boy. Okay, so the poster that I'm looking at, it's
Looking pretty
a
great.
quaint looking suburban house at night in the middle of darkness, and above it in the clouds is this ominous giant skull poking out from the clouds. Other than that, it's complete darkness. The only house lights that are on are the one beneath this skull. No tagline, nothing. So,
What I'm going to give you
Yeah.
back.
well, no, that's fine, but
So my question is, what would you think this is about? What would you call this? And even perhaps, what would you give a tagline to this film?
clearly a horror movie.
Mhm.
Tagline, there's no place like home.
No, it's a Douglas Sirk drama.
More succinct. Yes, imagine.
Home is where the heart is hidden.
Ooh, I like these taglines better.
I actually
This-
like his title better.
Just wait until
It's
you see
just the what's that Edgar Allan Poe thing? Telltale Heart, but
yeah.
Yeah.
in suburbia,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually a better idea. So don't take that.
Copyrighted.
Well, there's
So-
not much to go on. Yeah, what would you
So
call it?
when am I going with synopsis or?
Yeah, come up with a synopsis. It doesn't really give it away per se, just by this.
It's a Dia de los Muertos movie. No, it's a
Could have been.
someone finds a body in their house, and the house possesses the body. And I already think I might know what this is, but at
Really?
the same time, I don't. So, definitely a horror movie.
Okay.
Definitely involving ghosts, definitely involving finding a body, definitely involving a couple of teenagers getting murdered somehow or killed
Probable.
through various events because it's in a suburban household and they look rich. So,
Okay. Why don't I give you the tagline, or would you like to give a title first?
Is it Poltergeist?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
That's
Poltergeist
the
was like
80s, man.
82.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Poltergeist.
what? When was Poltergeist 3? That might have been 90.
That's true. That could be around
Dead
90.
by Daylight. No,
Huh.
that's a video
Yeah,
game.
that's a good movie.
Also, that one house is glowing.
I do
Not
like
sure
that.
if
I
that
think we
means anything.
Griswold put the
Focus.
lights up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Good. I don't know. Give me a tagline.
Yeah. Here's your tagline.
Skulls over suburbia.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if it would actually go. There we go.
In every neighborhood, there is one house that adults whisper about and children cross the street to avoid. Creepy Neighbor, the movie.
Still not going to give you the title.
Monster House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the house is possessed. It's just the movie. It's the live action movie that inspired the animated classic Monster House.
Well, this is actually a Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade gone wrong. This is Ronald McDonald's skin has come off his balloon. And he's now floating over the suburbs.
Why are we coming up with better movies?
Who do you think
It's
wrote
like
and directed?
Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, I had to take a lot of this director out of the rest of the poster. His name is all over it. So maybe at least would you be able to guess like a famous
What
director?
horror director would be above the title at this point in time?
I mean, is it a John Carpenter movie?
That's a good guess.
That's the other one.
Wes Craven? No, it is. Oh,
Wes Craven.
'Cause you
Okay,
probably-
wait.
I mean,
Wes
I don't
Craven.
know the movie. I don't like the. To me, the poster looks
Giant
vaguely
s-
familiar, but like I can't. Like
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I had never seen it before editing. So
Definitely. Okay.
I mean, it's got Wes Craven vibes too. Like to me, like
look at that. Okay.
The house is haunted. I feel like this is sort of a, I don't know, maybe a spiritual successor to Psycho. Where there's just like the house has been dark for years. And suddenly it's like the Willy Wonka factory, and it just sort of the lights come back on one day.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I love how he always writes better movies than the actual film.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is why I like doing this.
This should just be our brainstorming session.
Yes.
Just give him a poster. He'll come up with the concept. We do
Yeah.
it retroactively.
Right.
That's what we figured out.
So
All right. There's not much else you can go on. Do you want to try one more
No.
title and then I'll reveal?
Jeepers Creepers. Nope, that's not it.
We're doing another.
That was
one.
that was a scarecrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Here you go. It's Wes Craven's
Right.
The People Under the Stairs.
oh
Oh,
yeah, I've never seen this movie.
It also-
So, like,
Highlights now Wes Craven, creator of A Nightmare on Elm Street, takes you inside. Like, okay, that could be your tagline.
Inside of what?
the
yeah.
Wes Craven movie.
Yeah, that's how you have to be like, you want to reach that point in your career when you become the tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even need that
it's
actually.
like, I am the
Wait, so he
tagline.
takes you inside the people under the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Fantastic Voyage.
So like Wes
No.
Craven's The Magic School Bus.
Oh God, could you imagine?
Imagine he's Mrs. Frizzle. So what's the actual plot of The People Under the Stairs, Corey?
Okay, so the plot is Rick James and I think it's his little nephew are these hoodlums who break into people's houses and steal all their loot. They accidentally break into these people's houses, but they don't know that they're sadomasochistic, leather-wearing dungeon masters who keep mutants and creeps under their stairs.
Okay.
Hmm.
Close, Jeff.
Yeah, close.
Missed it by that much.
This is one of those movies that's like considered by many to be an underrated, underappreciated Wes Craven movie, and I've never understood the appeal. It comes off unintentionally campy.
As some of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty underwhelming. It's weird. The most celebrated Wes Craven movies I don't like, and the ones that are derided are the ones I really like Vampire in Brooklyn and Shocker. I love those two.
Right.
And I hate the Scream movies.
That's rare. That's
I
weird.
hate them.
I can understand not liking the sequels, but the
Yeah.
first one's a
Yeah,
classic.
I guess like for me, like
They were scary.
the big appeal for the Scream movies because like it's what I myself and like the kids around me grew up with.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was
like
like
the
a
Pen when it came out.
Yeah, but like with like Freddy Krueger and like
yeah, we all
Jason, that was like the 80s.
we all missed
and
them.
like if you hung around older kids, yeah, that was your introduction to it. But they already like had that when they were like young when that came out. And like
Yeah.
Scream was like kind of like basically our franchise.
Mhm.
Ghostface.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of any other '90s horror franchise.
Chucky.
Leprechaun,
I mean, yeah, Leprechaun.
What about Troll?
Cosplay.
Troll, maybe, but Troll's not good.
I mean, they don't
At
have
least
to be
Scream,
good.
at least
We-
Scream is like
Like we have to have our own versions of horror too. We got to have our shitty movies like the 80s. had-
Scream, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
yeah. Well,
Or the-
Oh yeah,
those are the big four.
Well, I mean, you were never going to be able to get exactly what this was from that poster, especially because it's not showing like stairs or a dungeon or anything. So I knew it was about the suburbs, but that was all you could get from that.
Yeah,
poster.
it's like a really inferior version of the Burbs.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rear window almost.
Nobody's watching
Front
from-
window. So
They're inside the windows.
Well, good job, Jeff. I think.
was it though?
Yeah, I think so. We didn't, it wasn't too traumatizing for you, right?
No,
It was hit or miss.
traumatizing for all of us.
Yeah.
I'll send you the bill.
So I mean, it's a lot easier than it was last month to figure out who we're going to do for Picks of the Month, because knowing his filmography through this decade, Dustin Hoffman doesn't have a lot of hits. I mean, his big thing, winning for Rain Man the Oscar, just happened. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if there's anyone better. Stephen Hill, we don't really know. Steve Buscemi's going to have more to do later. So I'd say this is Dustin Hoffman's time to shine.
Okay.
What do you say is your favorite Dustin Hoffman film?
Wag the dog.
Trying to think off the top of my
All
head.
the President's Men.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah,
No,
there we go.
You actually seen it?
It's a good movie. No, I've seen it. Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's a good
okay,
movie.
yeah,
But like
that's a good pick.
that's not my favorite. What is
If
it?
it says Tootsie, they're out of here.
I might have said Midnight Cowboy.
No.
What about American Buffalo?
I hate to say a later one, but
I don't know.
you
though.
know,
Let's
one
look-
of my favorite films is I Heart Huckabees. This isn't why I love Dustin Hoffman, so maybe I shouldn't pick it.
Oh
then-
no!
If that's the case, I just go with The Graduate. It's his seminal film. It's what made him famous. It's his breakout performance. So.
Can I change my mind?
Straw Dogs?
I change my mind.
Straw Dogs?
No.
No.
Death of a Salesman.
Sci-fi movie.
Oh, Outbreak?
Sphere.
Don't say Sphere.
Wait, is he in this?
Sphere?
Sphere, yes, Sphere. That's it.
It
Yes, Sphere.
sucks.
Yes, it's not great.
Fuck you guys. Sphere was awesome.
He was also in Outbreak.
12-year-old
that's
me
the
thought
next
that
thing he
was great.
He's done so many good things.
That
It wasn't 11
That was
year-old
one of
me.
the first. It comes out in '98.
98?
Within
Oh.
11 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was like, I saw that when I was 11. I
I
like.
think I imitate his performance from Wag the Dog almost on a semi-daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to.
When I'm
see-
alone, sometimes I quote dialogue from that in my head.
Mom and I agree that Sphere was one of the worst things we ever rented.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't believe you picked that.
Eat shit. Eat
Though
shit.
the novel,
Die.
the novel's not much better. My dad famously would always bring up how he likes all these other Michael Crichton books, but he picked up Sphere one time. He's halfway through and he's like, "Fuck, I've read this already." It's not a good material to begin
It's
with.
not.
You're allowed to like it.
It's a great cast.
Okay, you know what? Okay,
The source material is.
I'm gonna rewatch it and I will see if it like holds up for
It's,
myself. I don't
it's
care
gonna
about
come
you
up on
guys.
the podcast
I
at
like
some
it.
point.
coming up in 7 years.
Wait, no. Should I just watch it on my own for the
Yeah.
next podcast?
We'll see if you
The
get
next podcast.
7 years. We have 2 weeks till the next recording, so.
Well, we get to talk about another movie that traumatized me next year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, he is. You know what?
Fern Gully.
Oh,
Oh, and then Sabretooth is in it.
What, Liv Schreiber
Yeah,
in Sphere?
he's in Sphere.
Really?
He dies a good death.
In the beginning?
Part of the fun is watching people die.
I only remember Samuel L. Jackson.
Sphere is like not far adrift from Event Horizon, where it's a good potential and it goes
Fast.
awry real fast.
Yeah, Event Horizon looked like it was going to be great.
Yeah, and it was horrible too.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Neill's in it. Like,
And Lawrence Fishburne.
well, Lawrence Fishburne wasn't like big when to me at least, because
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
know stuff.
I didn't know stuff that he was in.
Daniel was doing a lot of horror movies back then.
Yeah, right at the late 90s.
Like-
right before Matrix.
Sam Neill's Jurassic Park, like it was just easy, just like, oh man,
Sam Neill's in the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah. That
Sam
comes
Neill is
out-
Merlin.
That comes out in what, 98?
Yeah.
He is Merlin.
TV's Merlin.
Yeah.
No. He is.
Where'd you get that from?
He's
He
he's
was in the TV
real world
Shakespeare's
Merlin.
Merlin.
Oh, can somebody
okay, what-
cast him as Merlin, because he's an old man now, so he could fit the role.
He did that
perfectly.
sequel. We've diverted that.
No.
We clearly didn't care.
We're
about
gonna
that.
go down deep in the ocean, find a spear, and think real hard about this, and it'll come true.
I know
'Cause that's part of the plot.
we're gonna talk about Sam Neill in a couple months, so we can do it then.
I want to talk about it now.
We'll get there.
Dr. Alan Grant and he's Merlin,
Patience, Diego.
and he makes wine.
It does make fun. I've been searching for this wine for.
I'll
10
tell you what, we'll make a deal. When Sphere comes up on the podcast, we'll devote the whole episode to it for Jimmy's. Jimmy can be point man on that.
There better not be anything better in '98.
Oh, we're going with Sphere now.
All right.
Okay. Guess we're coming back to Dustin Hoffman.
8 years.
This is what I was
later.
talking about, that it wasn't a good decade for him. So looks like we've gone through Billy Bathgate and come out the other ends better for it.
Yeah, we came out the other.
We went through the Bathgate.
I'm excited.
I'll
about
clean the other side.
next month we're covering our titular film.
What about tits?
The movie.
That's
Is it more
inappropriate.
in the tits?
The movie that dictated what our podcast was going
Oh,
to
we're
be
gonna be saying
called.
dicks.
Jesus, can I get through a fucking sentence?
Man.
The Star Trek sequel, The Undiscovered Country, is where we got the Undiscovered Decade. So I'm finally happy we're going to be talking about this.
Oh, we're gonna see a
So-
Trekkie movie.
Yeah, this is why I've been showing you all these Star Trek movies.
You haven't shown me anything yet.
That's because
Right.
You've been telling me.
It's because you've been sleeping.
I haven't
instead of
like
doing
I
what you
haven't
should.
I haven't been taking his threats seriously.
Yeah. I'm holding knives over his bed.
Yeah. Like, I was like, no. I've never
You'll
been.
like it, Jimmy. You'll like it.
Threatening him with
Although I did like Deep Space Nine when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And Next Generation.
then you'll like this. There's Klingons, maybe.
Maybe.
That might be Final Frontier. I never saw that one either.
There's David Bowie's wife.
In which one? In Undiscovered Country?
Yeah.
Okay. Christopher Plummer.
Shapeshifter.
Very
And
excited.
David Warner.
Christy Plums.
Oh, nice. I'm
Christy
very,
Plums
I'm
is
very
in it.
excited about this. So yeah, remember to rate, review, subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever else I
OnlyFans.
eventually get this on. We're not on OnlyFans.
Yet.
Jimmy's trying to get there with all these nude scenes. He's gonna reenact them.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. Wait till we get to Silence of the Lambs and I do Buffalo Bill.
We've already passed it.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
He's still gonna do it though. He'll find a way to sneak it in. He'll just go off camera and then come back in.
Came out in February.
In February.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least I'm bringing it up in 91 because we're at
We're probably going to bring it up for the best of.
Yeah.
So. All right. We'll see you next month.